very obvious, don't make sense to the other party. And sometimes you just think, they say a lot of things about us. But one of the things we have decided, City, is that we will allow you to insult us because we know you did not come to the table of your own volition. We dragged you there kicking and screaming. So we will give you an opportunity to shout, scream, insult us. But when you finish, you will listen to us.
You'll find us here.
You'll find us
We'll
here.
still be
We are just here.
But on this issue of subsidy, though,
Yes.
what's new?
What do you mean by what's new?
Is there anything new that you would say that this is as a result of the pressure?
Yeah, it is as a result of the pressure, because you will
what's-
remember the argument for us was that, yes, the subsidies were very expensive, but they were cushioning Kenyans from exorbitant prices at the pump. And the problem with fuel is that it's very volatile. Immediately the prices of fuel go up. Everything else is affected. I was reading a report here. Kenyans are consuming less fuel, actually. Many Nairobians have abandoned their vehicles because they can no longer afford. And it has an effect on even the revenues that the country then, collects. So our position was, please continue with the subsidies until we can see some light at the end of the tunnel. They said they are no longer going to subsidize consumption. Said, let us give our farmers fertilizer, and in 6 months' time, we will have cheap maize and everything will come down. How many harvests have we gone through? I have grown maize. I have grown maize.
How far are you from harvesting?
That's what I'm saying. I have grown maize. It doesn't take a year. Yeah. From the time that we were told, initially there was a consignment of fertilizer that came from I think Russia. Yeah, and we were told now this one is being applied to our farms, and in a few months' time, like 6 months ago, they were telling us in 3 months' time we'll be harvesting. It's now August. It's a year after the election. We have not harvested that crop. Kwani ni mahindi gani? So they told us they were no longer going to subsidize these things. But the fact that they have come to that realization that even this new tax they imposed, the 8% on fuel, has a negative effect on everything. So people are buying less fuel. People are leaving their vehicles behind. I was speaking to my friends at EABL. People are consuming less beer. So you impose a tax thinking now this is where we're going to reap.
It's going to help.
Yeah.
So you think it doesn't?
It doesn't. If they showed me the sales figures, significant drops in sales.
But on this one, though, the Petroleum Development Levy has been applied even after the election.
That's what I'm saying.
Even in this
it is the exact same thing. It doesn't matter what you call it.
Yeah.
You say a rose by any name is still a rose.
What I'm saying is they didn't stop. They might have talked
at least in
about
public. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In public, they were saying they were no longer going to subsidize
the
fuel.
PDL was still being applied.
So what has changed?
That's what I'm asking.
That's what I'm asking you.
Where is your pressure?
What has changed? Why have they brought it back?
If the Petroleum Development Levy was still applied on the pump prices in March, not on petrol, but on diesel.
But that's what they were saying.
And all this. And
that's what they were saying. They actually took it.
Still being applied.
They stopped applying it on certain products. It was not uniform on all petroleum products. I think there was kerosene where they retained the PDL, but now they've returned it
diesel
to
as well.
Yes,
and then
they've returned it to everything. Yeah. So that is the change. That is what is different now.
So if we're seeing these changes,
whether
they're minimal or they're, hitting you in the face.
Yes.
If they're happening as a result of the pressure that's being put, whether it's being put in the public or on individuals, in the corner, if that is happening and it's bearing result, and maybe in the future you'll see the ostrich actually now has